it's starting to look like the WWE is gearing up for an edgier product on Raw and SmackDown, it's unlikely the company will go back to the pure raunchy content of the Attitude Era. But let's look at 10 times they actually did. 10 times the WWE got too raw and crossed the line. Number 1. The Cat, a tale of two puppies. Stacey Carter, aka The Cat, was Jerry the King Lawler's wife as well as a female wrestler, working a number of matches during her stay in the company from 1999 to 2001. The Cat was a free spirit and she apparently liked to roam around with as little clothing as possible. Miss Kitty worked a Four Corners evening gown pool match at 1999's Armageddon pay-per-view, defeating Jacqueline, BB and Ivory to become the WWF Women's Champion. Miss Kitty disrobed after the match, and while she told the fans she was forced to wear underwear, she went to remove the top half, prompting WWE officials to cover her up. This led to the WWF releasing a press statement pleading ignorance of Miss Kitty's intentions. In 2000, the Cat was feuding with Terry Runnels and the two met at the UK exclusive pay-per-view Insurrection, with the two meeting in an arm wrestling match. After the Cat won the match, an angry Runnels tore off the Cat's top, revealing what Jerry Lawler affectionately refers to as puppies, much to the delight of male fans in the audience. Number 2. Sable's hands-on approach. While the WWF Sunny was America Online's most downloaded female in 1996, she paled in comparison to Sable, the blonde bombshell who started off as Mark Merrow's valet, but quickly eclipsed him, becoming an overnight sensation in the WWF thanks to her stunning good looks. Although Sable couldn't reveal as much on television as she did to her fans when she posed in Playboy, she still managed to send male fans' pulses quickening whenever she showed up. In 1998, Sable appeared at the aptly named pay-per-view Fully Loaded, participating in a bikini contest against Jacqueline. As good as Jackie looked in her outfit, she couldn't compare to Sable, who removed her top, revealing two hands painted over her honkers. The moment is still one of the most outrageous in WWE history and unlikely to ever be repeated. Number 3. Lita and Edge have celebration coitus. Although the Attitude Era had long passed, Edge and Lita pushed the envelope with their lustful antics every week on Raw and none more than when Edge won the WWE Championship from John Cena at New Year's Revolution after cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase. The next night on Raw, Edge and Lita announced they would have a celebration on Raw, with the Ultimate Opportunist getting it on with the lovely Lita on a bed set up in the ring. Unfortunately for the two exhibitionists, Edge's rival Nature Boy Ric Flair showed up to attack Edge, spoiling the show. After Edge disposed of Flair with a one-man concerto, John Cena ran in for the save, attacking Edge. While the fans didn't get to see the full show, they did get a consolation prize with Lita's top half exposed. It wasn't for long, but as she hid under the covers, she exposed enough of a niblet for fans to scour the internet after the show for a screen grab of something they likely wanted to grab for themselves. The segment scored an amazing 5.2 rating that night, a number the WWE would kill for today. Number 4. Jacqueline's Capital Cleavage. Always looking to expand its audience, the WWF aired a UK exclusive pay-per-view in 1998 entitled Capital Carnage, featuring a number of matches including WWF Champion The Rock defending the belt against X-Pac, and a fatal 4-way main event between Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kane, Mankind and The Undertaker. The match that got everyone's attention though was the mixed tag match involving Christian and Sable taking on Jacqueline and Mark Merrow. During the match, Jacqueline jumped on referee Tim White's shoulders, only for Sable to rip off Jacqueline's top, revealing everything. Talk about your I was there moments.
Oh my! Oh my gosh! Good Lord of mercy! Oh my gosh!
Number 5. DX's Antics. Back when D-Generation X weren't middle-aged and driving minivans, the faction of Shawn Michaels, Triple H and Chyna pushed the envelope on a weekly basis, driving the censors crazy but boosting Raw's ratings to the point that USA Network executives didn't care as anything short of full frontal seemed to be okay. During one segment, DX held a fake press conference where they rattled off a number of words that they were banned from saying,
and
issuing a fake apology. On another occasion, DX's Shawn Michaels and Triple H mooned the live audience. Chyna would do so herself, but on another occasion. This wasn't HBK's first time disrobing, as he once posed for the magazine Playgirl. Number 6. Triple H eggs on a female fan. Anyone who watched the WWE during the Attitude Era knows that it was a much different time when wrestlers had a special relationship with the fans and knew how to work their emotions with interviews and matches. Few wrestlers were better than this than D-Generation X, and on one occasion Triple H talked a female fan into taking off her Stone Cold Steve Austin t-shirt. However, the game wasn't done and he invited the fan to go even further, as she bared her bazookas at the live event, getting quite the rise from the audience. And we're not just talking about an ovation from the male crowd. Number 7. Val Venis. Whether it was his mock adult films or his innuendo-laden promos, Val Venis was one of the most entertaining acts of the Attitude Era. Val had several memorable skits, including one where he appeared that Dustin Runnels' wife Marlena was practicing her cigar smoking skills on the section of Val Venis' anatomy better known as the Big Valboski. However, the Val Venis skit that still stands the test of time is the angle where he seduced wrestling manager Yamaguchi-san's storyline wife, incurring Yamaguchi-san's wrath. The Japanese manager sent his faction Kai and Tai after Venis, defeating Venis in a tag team match after Val's partner Taka Michinoku betrayed him. Things looked bleak for him when Yamaguchi-san and his henchmen tied Venis up backstage and brought up a samurai sword for the dreaded choppy pee-pee maneuver. Fortunately for him, the Big Valboski was saved by shrinkage and the surprise help of his friend John Wayne Bobbitt, a man who's no stranger to losing his parts. Number 8. Eric Bischoff's HLA. Eric Bischoff's stint as Raw General Manager featured him promising to deliver top-notch action in the ring as well as some sassy surprises. One of them was HLA, Bischoff's acronym for Hot Lesbian Action. Although the fans doubted ATM Eric could show the fans much on broadcast television due to censorship issues, there was some interest into what exactly Eazy was planning to unveil. Finally, Bischoff brought out 2 semi-good looking women who proceeded to disrobe. However, Bischoff told the women that sex and violence sold and it was time for some violence. The puzzled women weren't prepared when Bischoff's henchman 3-minute warning, aka Rosie and Jamal, showed up, beating them down in the ring in a sick display of violence towards women that thankfully would never make it to WWE television today.
Jamal and Rosie!
Number 9. Mae Young's Memories. While WrestleLamia's research department is still recovering from having to look into this incident, we thought it was important enough to subject them into getting the details on the night that WWE's ancient wrestler took her top off. In 2000, the WWF aired its Miss Royal Rumble bikini contest with Ivory, Terry, Jacqueline, Bibi, Luna Vachon and the Cat competing to win the pay-per-view contest. Somehow, the WWF septuagenarian Mae Young entered the event, flashing the judges and winning the event. While the WWF would later claim Mae's mangoes were prosthetics, no one who saw them can unsee them, and it's considered one of the most disturbing moments in WWE history.
Tops are out! Oh no! Mae's puppies have been exposed! For the love of God! Please, Mark!
And number 10. The Invasion Angle's best moment. While the WCW ECW Invasion Angle of 2001 is often seen as a disappointment, the storyline's first pay-per-view Invasion featured arguably the greatest display of female form in WWF history. That night, the WWF's beauties Trish Stratus and Lita battled WCW's loveliest ladies Tori Wilson and Stacy Keibler in a bra and panties match. While the WWF has held many matches such as this, it's difficult to think of 4 women as gorgeous as these 4 competing in such an event. Lita and Trish were already accomplished wrestlers by 2001, but this match was mostly for cheesecake, and all 4 women served it up in abundance.
Off the top rope, and Stacy's pins are coming down. We have a winner.
But there you have it, guys. 10 times the WWE got too raw and crossed the line. Do you think the WWE will ever air content like this again? Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.